Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video, which is my 34-week pregnancy update video. Now, I have been, until last week, I've been on catch up with you guys releasing my videos. But as of last week, I am now in real time with you. So I have just got to the end of my 34th week of pregnancy. So I'm going to let you know what I've been doing, kind of things been happening this week, how I'm feeling, etc. If you are pregnant at the same time as me, if you're 34 weeks or coming up to 34 weeks, this is some really good news that I learned. If you happen to go into early labor, they say from 34 weeks onwards, your baby usually is pretty healthy, so if it's born it would cope really well outside of the womb. Its lungs are still developing, but they would still be able to cope. So that was so nice learning that. So if you happen to go into labour as of 34 weeks, I wouldn't panic about it too much. So let me just do a real quick introduction if you're new to my channel. My name is Rebecca. I am 42 years old and I'm currently pregnant with baby number 5. I have a teenager who's almost an adult. She's 17 and a half. I have nearly 3-year-old twins, a 19-month-old as well. So it's very busy in our home and it's just going to get busier. This week, I had a midwife appointment. Now, I was really excited about this because this is my birth preferences appointment with my midwife, and my partner Reese, he came along as well because it's quite a bit of a big one. My last 2 pregnancies, one's with the twins and then the one with my 19-month-old, they were both cesareans, and I'm really hoping for a VBAC, which is a vaginal birth after a cesarean. So we have been trying to put some things in place which would hopefully help me to achieve that. Now, what we're doing is looking at trying not to go past 40 weeks. I know you can't control anything, but I could try and help my body to relax the best it can as possible. The conversation with my midwife went a little bit like this, trying to find out different ways that I can relax, trying to find different ways that could potentially put my body into a state of, maybe we'll start thinking about having this baby. So certain things were using a birthing ball. I've got a birthing ball. The birthing ball is fantastic. We've blown it up. I've been using it this week, but I am aware that you can actually use it from the first trimester. Here's my, sorry, whip my hair back and forth. Here is my book that come with my birthing ball. Now this birthing ball is by Baby Go, and I've got to say it's actually really, really good quality and I'm pretty impressed with it. And in here there are so many different exercises to do during the different trimesters, ways to relax your body, ways to get ready for labour, when you're in labour exercises, and then exercises for you after you've had your baby, so postpartum. This is a really good thick book full of fantastic things. Anyway, I have been enjoying bouncing around on this, and my little ones are loving it. They think it's just a massive beach ball, but I tell them it's mummy's baby ball, but I don't think they care. I got this ball from Amazon. It comes in a few different sizes. I got the 75cm ball, but it comes with a tape measure actually, so you don't actually have to blow it up to 75. There's also one that's on the tape, it also marks out 65 centimeters. I'm quite tall, that's why I've gone for the biggest ball. I'm 5'11". So if you are a bit shorter than me, because you know most people are, then you don't have to blow it up that big. But I highly recommend that ball, and I will link that in my description box if you wanted to go and take a look, if you needed to get one yourself. Using a birthing ball, bouncing ball, is great to sit on. She said start sitting on it every night as of 34 weeks to encourage the baby to just sit down, head down. I know the baby is head down already, and I think my baby's been head down from about 30 weeks anyway, so hopefully it doesn't move, because I'd be pretty disappointed. I have to try and get it to go back. She said if you're bouncing up and down on that ball, when you get closer to your due date, so like 37 weeks onwards, it will start opening my pelvis for me to really help the baby's head to get more engaged, which would be absolutely fantastic. And then that would start encouraging, hopefully, my body to think about going into labour. Now, some other things that she was talking about trying to get into labour, but a happy early labour, not too early. So anything from about 38 weeks, 39 weeks, something like that. She was saying about having walks, half an hour walk if I can handle it. I've started walking that little bit more, and I'm able to do that now because I'm wearing a pregnancy maternity support band. It has been brilliant and it has helped me so much, and I'm happier because I can actually do more now. I can get out and about, so I'll link that in my description box as well. I highly recommend having one of these. It's not just for the 3rd trimester. They actually say you can start using it from your 1st. I only just started using it from the 3rd trimester. I've got a whole sheet here that we'd written down. Some of the other things that we did talk about was raspberry leaf tea. They say don't start it to go into labour. You can't just start drinking like 3 cups a day, like boom, out of nowhere. You need to work your body up into having it. So she said from 37 weeks to start doing that. I read online, I think it was a health food store, they said you can start it a little bit earlier if you want, but you would literally just be having 1 cup of raspberry leaf tea a day, and then you start gradually building it up from 37 weeks. And also dates. I mean, dates, that's proper old school. I remember hearing about that when I wasn't pregnant years ago, and they say to eat about 6 to 7 dates every day from about 37 weeks. I think this kind of thing helps soften your cervix, not just like put you in labour or anything. It just helps soften your cervix to make having a baby and going through your labour easier, basically. Just make your labour a little bit easier, a bit more comfortable if that's at all possible. So I'm definitely going to be trying that. But speak to your midwife first. Don't just say, oh, Rebecca said it was a good idea, because I don't want anything awful to happen to you. Don't just take my advice. This is what I have been discussing with my midwife for myself. I would always say speak to your midwife just in case for some reason you needed to have a baby born before 40 weeks like me. The only reason why they say they would like me to have my baby before 40 weeks is because I'm an old woman. I'm 42 years old, so I am a proper geriatric mother now, and they don't like you to go over 40 weeks if you can help it. So anything that I can do to help myself go into an earlier labour, and when I say earlier, I literally mean like a week or so earlier, not too early. We've also discussed having stretch and sweeps, which are, you know, they're not the best, are they? But they do encourage your body to go, oh, maybe we'll start thinking about having a baby. So I'm going to be doing that, and she said to have them 2 to 3 times a week from 38 weeks and see where that takes us. I remember having them with my last pregnancy with George. Nothing happened. I did not go into labour naturally, which was quite disappointing because he did actually end up in an emergency cesarean. So that is definitely something I want to avoid. So I'm going to start that most probably from 38 weeks. We also spoke about other things, about if the birth happens kind of the way I would like, and also if it does end up in a cesarean, things that I would like to happen afterwards. Like I would definitely have skin to skin with the baby if I can, as soon as possible, put the baby straight on me. We're looking at having delayed cord clamping because the benefits are just so good for the baby. And I also said, you know, when it's born, I don't particularly want it just wiped clean. I don't want all the gunk wiped off the baby. I would like to be able to clean the baby myself that way. Obviously I understand that you have to wipe its face if it's blocking the airways and stuff like that, and my midwife did say if it's got loads of hair and it's really wet, then the baby can get pretty cold that way, so they will dry its hair off. But I'm totally fine obviously with all of that. It's just the rest of the body. I'd like a nice gunky gooey baby that I can clean up myself, because that just feels like a real natural thing to do. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, a gunky baby. And we also touched on things like when I do go into labour, if I am at home and I'm not put in hospital to be induced or anything like that, she said to eat as much as I can, because I'm going to need my energy. So she said to have some isotonic drinks, have some pasta if I can, if I got time to make some, have some porridge is another alternative, and also to have some sweets to suck on because they got sugar in them, they got a little bit of energy, just things like that. But my real big birth plan is coming during my 35 weeks. I have an appointment with a consultant at the big hospital where we are literally going to lay down what we are expecting. So if I don't get to have the VBAC that I would like, what routes do we go down, things to do with cesarean. So we're going to have a good old chat about that, and that's about 5 or 6 days away. I can't remember when it is. 5 or 6 days? It's not that far away at all. So I'm pretty looking forward to that one. Other things that I have been doing this week. We've managed to get loads of the baby clothes out of the loft. I have stored very carefully baby clothes from the twins, so that's Noah and Rosalie, my twins, and my last baby George. Now we've got 2 boys and a girl, so I've got a mixed bag of unisex clothing, and I've got loads and loads of white things as well, quite gender neutral. I love white and gender neutral clothing. They're just so, they just scream baby, don't they? They're just so cute. We've got all of that out the loft, and there is so much stuff. So I have been getting chunks of all the different sizes, all the white gender neutral things, getting chunks of all the different sizes from like £7 and up to 1 month, which I think is about £10, and then 0 to 3 months, and washing it, sticking it out on the washing line, and I cannot believe how much I've actually got to wash. I've done a good few loads already, and the washing lines are just packed for these tiny little clothes, which is great because I need all of these things obviously very, very soon, and I'm packing my hospital bag for my 35 weeks. So that's tomorrow, I'll be 35 weeks. So I need to make sure I definitely have my hospital bag all packed and ready. I'm going to be doing a video on that soon, so I will be linking that one. I'll probably link that in my next video update anyway on my 35 weeks, but I mean, I don't know when you're going to be watching this video, so you can go and take a look and see what's in my hospital bag. I'm not just doing a hospital bag for myself, I'm also doing one for Reese and obviously the baby, you know, the star of the show. So it's me, baby, and my partner Reese. We're all going to have a bag each, which I will be filming very, very soon, the next few days. So yes, I needed to make sure everything was ready. I've near enough got everything. It's very exciting. I'm looking through, I can see my bag just down here. I'm looking through bits and bobs thinking, I remember that I used certain, you know, gadgets and whatnot, so I want to make sure that I have them this time round. So I hope you enjoy that video when it's out. Well, it won't be very long anyway. But let's talk about how I've been feeling this past week. So 34 weeks, we are literally on the home stretch now. There is no denying that I am carrying a massive, great big bump. My baby is actually starting to feel really big. I know it's a really random thing for me to say, but it is. It's feeling really, really big. And when I saw my midwife the other day, she measured my bump, and I've always, well, more recently I've been measuring slightly under the 50th centile. I have now gone the other way. I am now over the 50th centile. So I am actually starting to properly bloom into a great big pregnant lady, which is fine because, you know, baby's growing well. But I also do have an appointment this week at the specialist baby hospital, specialist baby unit. They want to check the baby size. So fingers crossed that it's a good size, it's an all right size, it's not too big, because previously the baby's head was measuring quite big in comparison to the rest of its body. So only time will tell when I have that appointment, which is very, very soon. I am suffering more than ever now with cramps in my legs at night time. They are horrible. It's not even just the cramps down the back of my legs, it's also on the side, and that's sometimes at the same time. So when I'm trying to stretch it one way, I need to stretch it the other way as well. So it's really horrible. I'm just thinking, please don't start now, because now I'm thinking about it. I don't want my body to start going, hey, I'm going to really annoy Rebecca. Leg cramps have been pretty nasty, and so has heartburn. I am suffering with heartburn. I did in my last pregnancy with George. I don't believe I did with my twins at all. I don't actually think I suffered with heartburn with my eldest, Summer, either. But I have been having Gaviscon before I go to bed at night and after I eat now. It was just in the evenings, but it seems to be I need to take Gaviscon throughout the day as well, just to keep on top of the horrible heartburn. I'll link the Gaviscon that I have been using in my description for you if you're suffering with that as well. Tiredness, wow, that's really stepped up a notch, hasn't it? Tiredness, my body is getting really tired now. That's me taking deep breaths. I am tired. I struggle to breathe sometimes, especially when I'm going up and down the stairs and playing with my 3 toddlers. I miss when I'm not with them, so I don't like to take too much time away from them. We go out and we play in the garden. I'm still trying to do as much as I possibly can with them, because even though they know there's a baby inside me, they don't know what I'm really talking about, so they don't really understand. So when they want mummy to play, mummy's still got to do her best to play. And then I just need to try and find some time to relax and catch my breath. Let's have a look to see how big the baby is right now. Wow, I thought it would stop or slow down with its growth, but it is now 45 centimeters long from its head to its toe. That's massive. And it weighs 2.1 kilos. And I have been saying recently, I don't know what that is in pounds and ounces. So if you do, please feel free to write that in the comment section. I would love to know what it is. But that is baby at the moment. Baby resembles a melon. I've seen videos where women are strapping like watermelons to their partners just so they can get an experience of how it feels. I don't think a watermelon would do a pregnancy justice, because it's just not enough, is it? I think 2 watermelons, because we're carrying it all inside us and they've just got it on the outside, this lump. Actually, I might try that with Reese. I might get a big watermelon and strap it to him and see how he gets on with it. He's actually pretty good though. He's really good when I'm pregnant. He helps me to relax and take some time out whenever I possibly can. Like when the kids are having a nap, I will try and have a nap as well. Because he works from home, we're quite lucky that we can actually do that. I really don't know how I would cope otherwise. I mean, it's hard work having a child anyway, but we have got 3 under the age of 3 at the moment, and soon we'll have 4 under the age of 3. So literally it's bonkers in our house most of the time. And my twins turn 3 in a couple of weeks, so I am busy trying to plan and prepare their birthday party as well. They do have special requests that they would like, which I am trying my best to fulfill for them. And it's not just doing the birthday party, is it? It's thinking of presents. So I've been having a good old think about presents that I can get my 3-year-old son and my 3-year-old daughter. And I was thinking I might actually make a gift guide for 3-year-olds if you need any kind of inspiration, because it's been pretty tough. So I'm thinking that I might actually just do that, especially when they've had their birthday, and then I'll have a look at what they've got, because then it might be of some interest for you guys. Talking about videos, this week I filmed a video which is gender prediction using old wives' tales. Wow, that one was interesting. We've apparently figured out the baby gender using old wives' tales. That video is coming up very, very soon. I will be uploading that to YouTube, so keep your eyes peeled for that one, because it's actually pretty good fun. Where was I? I was talking about the baby, wasn't I? Here we go. Here's baby. Look at that. Oh, getting really big now. And 34 weeks. There we go, 34 weeks. Look how big that baby is. So if you're feeling lots of kicks and feet up in your ribs and everything, you know why. Because they probably are up in your ribs. I feel that a lot, especially when I'm led down at night time. That's when I feel the stretching out, and I think it's because I'm probably quite stretched out the baby has got more room to stretch out, so there's a load of feet. It feels like I've got an octopus in me. I can feel its little feet up in my rib cage, which I do actually really enjoy because I think this is most probably our last baby we're having. So I'm trying to soak up every day that I have left, but the time is literally going like that. And before I know it, I'll be 38 weeks and I'll be thinking, oh my goodness, this baby could be here any day. That'll be 39, and then hopefully the baby will be born by 40 weeks, fingers crossed. You never know, I might be making a why am I still pregnant video when I'm 40 odd weeks, so I hope not. That's pretty much my 34-week pregnancy update for you guys. I upload every Sunday and Wednesday if you're new here and you didn't know that. So if you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you'd subscribe and stick around and join in with the pregnancy journey. I have made a big ton of pregnancy content already, week by week updates. If you wanted to go and check that out, I will link the whole pregnancy playlist in my description box. Don't forget to give me a great big thumbs up if you like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Have a lovely week and take care. Bye.